Welcome to our show, U.S. Briefing. Today, we dive into the complex dynamics of international relations, focusing on the ongoing tensions between former President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky regarding a controversial minerals deal. Trump's foreign policy seems to be shifting towards a more self-serving agenda, raising eyebrows and concerns about the implications for Ukraine's future and global democracy. In another corner of the world, Germany is facing a make-or-break moment as voters head to the polls amid a struggling economy. With minimal growth and looming threats of Trump's import tariffs, experts warn that the country must innovate or risk falling behind. The stakes are high, and the political landscape could shift dramatically if reforms aren't implemented soon. Lastly, Costa Rica has stepped up to accept deportees from the U.S., joining Panama in this controversial arrangement. This move raises significant human rights concerns, as families are held in rural facilities before repatriation. Costa Rican officials assure a commitment to human rights, but critics remain skeptical. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. CNN reports on the contentious minerals deal proposed by the Trump administration to Ukraine, which has been met with significant resistance from President Volodymyr Zelensky. The deal, which would see Ukraine cede nearly half of its rare earth minerals, is seen as a thinly veiled attempt at extortion rather than a genuine partnership, reflecting Trump's transactional approach to foreign policy. This situation has escalated tensions between the U.S. and Ukraine, as Trump adopts Russian propaganda narratives, undermining decades of U.S. foreign policy that traditionally supports smaller nations against aggression. Zelensky's refusal to sign the deal is rooted in his commitment to protect Ukraine's resources and sovereignty, especially in light of the ongoing war with Russia, which has already seen significant territorial losses for Ukraine. CNN also highlights the precarious state of Germany's economy as it faces significant challenges ahead of elections. With a stagnant growth rate and the looming threat of Trump's tariffs, the country's export-driven economy is under strain. Germany, once buoyed by cheap energy and a robust export market, is now grappling with high energy costs, a slow Chinese economy, and a need for substantial economic reform. Analysts warn that failure to revitalize the economy could lead to a rise in far-right political sentiments, particularly from the Alternative for Germany party. The potential impact of Trump's tariffs on German exports, especially in the automotive sector, raises concerns about job losses and further economic decline, prompting calls for a fundamental shift in Germany's industrial strategy. South China Morning Post covers the increasing role of Latin American countries, including Costa Rica and Honduras, in facilitating U.S. deportations under the Trump administration. With Costa Rica now accepting deportees from various countries, including Uzbekistan and Afghanistan, the arrangement has drawn criticism from human rights advocates who question the treatment and screening of these individuals. The deportees are detained in facilities until their repatriation is arranged, raising concerns about their rights and safety. As Costa Rica positions itself as a supportive ally to the U.S., the conditions and ethical implications of such agreements remain contentious, particularly in light of past criticisms regarding the treatment of migrants in similar facilities. Al Jazeera reports on the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, highlighting the key developments as of February 21, 2025. The conflict, now well into its third year, continues to escalate with significant military and civilian impacts. The Ukrainian forces are reportedly making strategic advances, reclaiming territories previously occupied by Russian troops. Meanwhile, international responses remain mixed, with Western nations imposing further sanctions on Russia while simultaneously providing military aid to Ukraine. The humanitarian crisis deepens as millions of displaced individuals seek refuge, and the global community grapples with the consequences of the war on food and energy supplies. Yahoo US captures the electrifying atmosphere of the four nations face-off championship game, where Canada faced off against the USA in a showdown that felt monumental. Connor McDavid, the star of Canadian hockey, scored the decisive golden goal in overtime, reminiscent of Sidney Crosby's iconic moment in 2010. The match was a roller coaster of emotions, with each team trading goals and showcasing exceptional performances, particularly from Canadian goaltender Jordan Binnington. The rivalry was palpable, fueled by recent political tensions, making the stakes higher than ever. This thrilling encounter not only highlighted the intense competition between the two nations but also rejuvenated national pride in the sport of hockey. The South China Morning Post delves into China's ambitious push to showcase its military prowess at the International Defense Exhibition in Abu Dhabi, unveiling the J-35 stealth fighter jet. The event marks a significant moment in the arms race within the Middle East, as countries seek advanced military capabilities amid shifting geopolitical dynamics. With the United States' hesitance to supply advanced weaponry to certain nations, China's offerings, including the J-10CE, are gaining traction. Analysts suggest that as regional tensions rise, nations may turn to Chinese arms as a viable alternative, despite concerns over quality and operational reliability. This evolving landscape presents both opportunities and challenges for China as it navigates the complexities of arms sales in a region rife with rivalries. South China Morning Post highlights the return of renowned geophysicist Niu Fenglin to China after over 2 decades in the United States, as he takes on a significant role at the University of Science and Technology of China. In a pivotal meeting, President Xi Jinping gathered top entrepreneurs, marking a renewed commitment to support the private sector, particularly in technology. Meanwhile, Chinese engineers are making strides in eco-friendly infrastructure by innovating bamboo-based materials for the world's longest sea bridge. In Bali, locals are expressing frustration over thrifty tourists who linger but spend less, calling for a shift towards quality tourism that benefits the local economy. The Guardian reports on the impending disbandment of Hong Kong's oldest pro-democracy party, the Democratic Party, as its leader Low Kin Hei reflects on the challenging political landscape following Beijing's crackdown on dissent. Founded in 1994, the party was a prominent voice advocating for democracy and autonomy, but its influence has waned under the stringent national security laws imposed after the 2019 protests. With many former lawmakers imprisoned and the party losing its legislative presence, Low emphasizes the need for a vote among members to finalize the dissolution process. He expresses hope for a future where Hong Kong can embrace values of diversity and democracy once again, despite the grim reality of political repression and the disbandment of various civil society groups. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.